All right, everybody. Welcome to our presentation today on careers in water. My name is Ryan Beeson. I am a student in agricultural education at K-State.
I'm also I'm Megan Asbury and also a student at K-State in agriculture education.
So, as you can tell by the title of our slide, we are going to be discussing careers in water. So, just as a quick little introduction, here's what a career in water might look like to you.
What we had was a problem with bird feces on everything, causing a lot of damage and very unhealthy work environment. We had 2 inches of bird poop, and they estimated, I think, 11,000 pounds of it across our spillway. And we tried all kinds of different devices to get rid of the birds over the years and never really could. We had originally leased Ellie, and for 6 months with the option to buy, and she done so well during that 6 months that it was a no-brainer to buy her. We'll get some light build up, but nothing like before. She's worked wonders on the bird problem. Every year we would have to hose it down and shovel it off. Just being around that stuff, it can lead to a lot of respiratory problems or diseases. Ended up being like $20,000 in labor. So she's more than paid for herself. She's been a very worthy investment. We share her with Chicago Harbor Lock. We have a roosting problem. They have a nesting problem. So their birds are there constantly during the summertime, and so we've kind of formed a partnership because during the summertime we have no birds. So she has really nothing to do other than just get attention and lay around and get lazy, and because the only exercise she'll get is just playing fetch and stuff. So we made this deal with them to where we share her, and she gets work all year round. It's better for her, it's better for us, and it helps out two districts and at once.
So now, obviously, I'm sure none of you guys have four legs or even border collies for that matter, but this is just kind of a fun way for us to introduce the importance of having a career in water and kind of gives focus to what the importance of water is, not only to the agricultural industry, but to the well-being of our nation. So, what does a water related career look like? It can be directly involved in conservation, movement, or control of water, similar to what you just saw in that video with locks and dams and how they help manage transportation along waterways and rivers. It can also involve utilizing water for recreational purposes, such as lakes or streams, for like boating purposes, as well as fishing. Um, like I said, transportation or wildlife habitat. For instance, a duck marsh or other wetlands type area. Additionally, you can also have water for use in like agriculture. I know the Ogallala Aquifer is a very critical component to the success of agriculture in western Kansas. So having careers that deal with managing those types of water sources are very important. So one of the few careers we're going to highlight today is a job in the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. Excuse me. So if you kind of caught on to that first video, referencing back to it, um, all that work with locks and dams and things of that nature is done through the Army Corps. They manage 136 reservoirs that serve 25 and provide a source of municipal water and recreation. They hold approximately 6.9 billion gallons of water, enough to supply the daily needs of 101 million people. Some specific careers that can be held within the U.S. Army Corps are lock and dam operators, biologists, civil and environmental engineers, and park rangers. You can find more information at this link. So obviously, if you ever been to depending on where you're at in Kansas, you have been to a lake that's run by the Army Corps. They keep up the parks, they maintain the campsites, as well as do projects around the recreational area. They just kind of maintain the property and make sure it's a pleasant experience for everyone. I know the lake near me, they help kind of maintain a swimming beach, which is really popular in the summer months, and gives people a much needed way to cool down. They also kind of help provide a water source so that we don't have to rely necessarily on rivers or on a well water sources. So they help provide a clean water source for local communities. Another career that sometimes might be overlooked is water transportation. So moving a lot of grains and other commodities like fertilizers and raw building materials up and down waterways helps inland areas like Kansas become connected with the global grain trade and things of that nature. One close to me in southeast Kansas is the Port of Catoosa, which is near Tulsa, and basically the Army Corps controls the Arkansas River from about Tulsa all the way into about central Arkansas, where it flows into the Mississippi River. From there, the Mississippi River takes it to New Orleans, which connects it to which connects those waterways to global sources through the Gulf of Mexico. The Mississippi River, as well as the McClellan-Kerr, McClellan-Kerr navigation system that I just mentioned, are key players in water transport in the United States. Careers in this area can range from deckhands and dock workers to lock and dam operators, tugboat captains, and commodity specialists who deal mainly with like negotiating contracts with producers as well as making sure the logistical things from a pen and paper side are accounted for. Wages in this industry can vary depending on where you're at. A deckhand just on one of these any tugboat makes about $15-ish, whereas a captain will make more around $20. Now I'm going to turn it over to Megan, and she's going to talk about fish farms and fisheries here in Kansas.
Hi, yes, Kansas Fish Farms, or fisheries is also another name. That job here in Kansas, they spawn and raise fish for commercial purposes. For to become a fish farmer, some education has the bachelor's degree in aquaculture and biology. Experiences that are a wide variety, from working on a farm to even having fishing experiences that you just have by going out in the outdoors and having those kind of experiences dealing with fish. Skills that you need are communication, analytical skills to problem solve on what the behavior of the fish needing on illnesses or whatnot. Critical thinking skills and mechanical skills on building aquariums and pens. Salary anywhere average per year is $47,000 per year, and that's just based on your education and experience. The more experience you have and education that you have, or a higher salary that you see. On the two pictures there on the left is one of the 7 farms here in Kansas. It's a Hartley Farms. The link there is to an extension office link for K-State, and they have actually 7 different farms here in Kansas. Go ahead, Ryan, and hit the next slide there.
Certainly.
Next one is a water quality or a water treatment specialist. This person expects the water, make sure the water is able to be, if it's for us to consume, they test it to make sure there's no bacteria or anything that makes it harmful for us. There are also some that test actually pond water and the fisheries that make sure those waters are stable for those different types of fish. So various duties are inspection and testing, sampling, and monitoring the distribution of water systems, and making sure they are passing state and federal laws. The salary that they have is about $35,000 per year, and that's also more experience and more education that they have will also increase. The experiences also in conducting tests in a laboratory background within biology, chemistry, any of those kind of experiences also really help with experience as a water uh, treatment specialist. Skills are also the analytical skills, communication, and especially attention to detail. The very change in by numbers can really throw off things and can really make people sick. So that attention to detail is really important. And the outlook is really quite um, I lost my train of thought there for a second. It's needing to have a wide variety from here to the next few years as the population grows. Go ahead, Ryan, and hit our next slide there. Now it's your turn. Find and research 2 other Kansas careers in water. You may display your Kansas careers in water by either an oral presentation, a journal entry, or even a poster for us to share. And even for extra points, call one of the 7 that we just on the Kansas Extension website, or even somebody that you know personally, and research and interview them. Ask them 3 to 5 questions about their career. For example, you can have them give a quick pitch on your career and why would they say that.
All right, guys. I think that about wraps it up on our end. We really appreciate you guys viewing this session today. Again, feel free to check out any of those links. We have many great opportunities for you guys to learn more about careers in water. We also challenge you guys to maybe think of some outside of the box careers that you can have that involve water. I do know I went on a trip when I was in junior college to a feedlot in Western Kansas, and one of their managers really put emphasis on purchasing land, none other for just the water rights. So things like that, just people that manage water and figure out the logistics of getting water to places that are hard to find or hard to reach. So with that being said, we hope you guys really enjoyed this video and maybe took something away from it, and enjoy the rest of you guys' day.